Top of the morning, top of the morning. Back at it again with another one. Quick one for self before I go to work. If I don't do this now, I won't be able to see this when I get back. So, just adding on to that last video from yesterday, you were looking at what she does when she's in a discount. Discount, if you don't watch yesterday's one, we're looking at from last week's low to last week's high. Discount would be under the halfway point of that range. Premium would be the above the halfway point of that range. We are looking to buy in discount spaces. We're looking to sell in premium spaces. We were looking at a very good example yesterday to see what she does in a discount. If PDRAs in discount are good for sales, and as you can see here, yesterday, before the end of yesterday's Fed, we were on about there. What we're looking at was for price to complete that internal to external range fractal, but this time around it's in a deep discount after running last week's low. So, just a good thing to note for you in future when in discount, especially towards like last week's low. Sells are not what you need to be looking for. The buys is exactly what you need to be looking. So, assuming that you did take a sell from this area here, you took a sell as price hit that PDRA and you're looking to close there. You can see what it did. It swung up, got support from that PDRA, and then began to push up. So, just in regards to that other setup, like I'll post more about this particular setup or like a setup frame from this particular liquidity pool, which is a previous week's low, previous week's high, or previous day's low, previous day's high. In my experience, the previous weekly lows, especially if we get fair value gaps that form after striking that liquidity area, those tend to be kind of high probability. You'd ride it up back into the 50% range of the 50% mark of the weekly range we're looking at. And as you can see there, she's still pumping up, but very beautiful, making its way up there. So, just a good thing to note. This is gonna be a short one, but the main one is we buy in discount, we sell in premium. Buy in discount, sell in premium. Don't sell PDRAs in discount. Don't buy PDRAs in premium. It's really that simple. I'll post more examples of this just so that we can make like a record in our notes. But just quickly looking at yesterday, this is what happened. Um, Price ended up inverting and using that CB as a inversion fair value gap to push to the upside. Yesterday, news wise, we had FOMC minutes. Today, we are looking at average hourly earnings. We're also looking at unemployment rate and NFP. I believe this is September's NFP. Yes, as you can see, the release has been delayed by 48 days due to the government shutdown. And yeah, it looks like we are gonna get September or November's one. I'm not too sure, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, September was 22. Okay, we're looking at October's one now. Cool. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's the situation now. Um, yeah, it's the current situation. We cut our teeth on gold yesterday, also, just putting it out there. Um, the idea at the time, that was the idea. Was there, looking back at it, my target was kind of greedy. I wanted a 9R. If I had it at a 2 to 1, or even a 3, let me just see there. If I had it at a 3, 1 to 3, that would have been more than enough, but I was a bit greedy. Lesson learned. Can't be greedy the day before or the session before FOMC minutes and just before NFP. That was extremely greedy on my part, but lesson learned. I'll walk away with a 0.5% burn and then we'll adjust or apply the learnings accordingly. I need to take more time with gold. My success on NQ has had me very arrogant. Gold is another beast altogether, so I'll just take the time to learn it, give it the respect it deserves, and yeah, take it from there. But main key takeaway from today's lesson is don't sell in discount, don't buy in premium. PDRAs that form, especially fair value gaps that form after price runs the previous weekly low or previous weekly high, those tend to be very strong points of entry. And as you can see from yesterday, that definitely was the case. Um, Quite nice, as you can see. But yeah, that's that on that. And then today, yeah, we'll just wait and see what like the NFP numbers do today. That's gonna come out at about 3:30 my time. That's SA Standard Time. If you do the conversions, 3:30 p.m. That should work out to about 2:30 p.m. in no 8:30 p.m. Sorry, in Eastern Standard Time. I might be mistaken. You'll just do the conversions yourself. Yada 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 yada. But that's just about that on that. So we'll see what today has. We have Flash Manufacturing PMI and Flash Services PMI tomorrow. And this is currently where she's at. So we didn't get the meltdown that we were looking for yesterday. Um, we can't see what happened at this PDRA in discount, especially after taking out last week's low. That is a very strong pool of liquidity beneath last week's low. And as you can see here, it's very solid. There's another video that I had scheduled out just to show the process and etc. It's an old one. I took it in September. I should have uploaded it, but I'll upload it under the title "The Process." That'll probably be the video I'll put on the channel, and then yeah. But with regards to now, this is currently where we're at. We're now with oh, we're now with price going from we were watching it go from an internal range pool of liquidity to an external one. We're now watching it go from an external to an internal range. So cool to note that just to see what happens. And yeah, looking at this daily candle engulfing that one, I'm expecting bullish movements, probably heading towards last week's high, ultimately targeting the all-time high as well. So right now 25832 is in play. Overall, I look at us hitting 26446, but we'll see what happens. I don't really have time to look at ES, but it should rhyme with what Nasdaq is doing. Had another thing that I was looking at. Let me take that out now. ES, can see there inversion fair value gap that formed. Same rhyme. It doesn't sound the same as NQ, but it does rhyme. Took out that liquidity pool, previous week's low, fair value gap formed, we inverted the fair value gap, came back to test it. Yeah, around about the PM session yesterday was a solid time. As you can see, when the news came out, or the minutes, the 9 p.m. my time should be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? 2, if not, I believe it is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll just confirm shortly, but good time rather than to do something. Low would have been 47 points, currently at 90, so just almost 2R. Just almost 2R. If that was your low or your stop loss was placed there, run it up, just almost at the 2R mark. Just almost there. So, not too bad. Not too bad. I'm gonna give this one more respect and time, clearly. But with terms of NQ, yes, I think we good. I think we good. It's just a thing of now being consistent to the rules. That's something for another video, but we'll speak on that. And yeah, man, 2R. Stop is quite wide, 245 points, looking at 490. But you know, dollar what we must regardless. On my side, that will be all for now. Thank God for the skill. Thank God for another day. And yeah, man, we'll post more as we see more. But yeah, it was cool to watch it go from internal to external. We're now watching it go from external back to internal range liquidity. Where she'll end up, I have no idea. We'll see though. But yeah, let me get back to mining fiat, off to the sales gig, and then yeah, man, more to follow. Thank God for another day.